A $500 million deal was about to close, until a single sentence from the waitress ended it. Two ruthless tech executives, one silent Japanese founder, and a translator who wasn't telling the whole story. They thought they were in control. They never saw her. Aurelia, one of Manhattan's most exclusive restaurants, mahogany walls, a chandelier dripping light like frozen tears, a godlike view of the city. At the table, Richard Sterling, CEO of Sterling Innovations, silver hair, colder eyes. Beside him, Marcus Thorne, his acquisitions shark, slick, hungry, impatient. Opposite them, Elara Vance, founder of Vance Robotics, Japan's leader in bio-integrative AI. She doesn't speak a word of English tonight. At least, that's what they think. Beside Elara, her aide, David Chen, calm, unreadable. Every compliment from Richard and Marcus lands as a paragraph, only to be translated by David into a soft Japanese whisper. Elara replies in a single refined sentence. David translates back, flat and professional. This isn't a conversation. It's a wall. Marcus leans in, hissing, "Is this a power play?" Richard, "Stay calm, respect, hierarchy, $500 million at stake." But Elara's eyes never leave theirs. She watches, observes, measures. Meet Chloe, the waitress no one notices. Crisp white apron, silent hands, flawless timing. But Chloe listens. She grew up in Kyoto. Japanese isn't her second language, it's the language of her childhood. She hears Elara's elegant, formal Japanese, and the subtext David's neutral translations can't carry. When Elara asks Richard about his Caribbean vacation, her wording implies, "I know you conducted unofficial business there." When she mentions Marcus's stock dipping, her tone is disappointment, not curiosity. Chloe understands all of it, and she watches the men miss all of it. Frustrated, Marcus talks slowly, loudly, as if Elara were deaf or simple-minded. "We are offering very good price, lots of money." David translates, his jaw tight. Elara replies softly, edged steel beneath silk. What David says, "Ms. Vance understands the financial offer." What Elara actually says, "Tell this child the buzzing of a fly is less disruptive to my thoughts than his shouting." Chloe almost drops the water pitcher. This is no negotiation, it's a disaster. Assuming Elara can't understand, Richard and Marcus plot, right at the table. Cut performance incentives. Absorb her team, save $20 million. She'll never know. They smirk, they write, they bury clauses. A simplified final offer lands on the table with a thud. Chloe's manager's rule echoes, "You are invisible. Never speak unless spoken to." But then she hears Elara murmur, almost to herself. "Is there no one here who sees?" Chloe decides. Chloe steps forward, bows deeply, from the waist. Not a servant's nod. An honorific bow for a teacher, a leader. The room freezes. Chloe, in flawless formal Japanese, "Vance-sama, forgive my impertinence, I am a humble server. But witnessing this discourtesy stains this house and my honor. If you permit, I can help." Elara's mask cracks. Tears brighten her eyes. David looks stunned. Richard and Marcus gape as if a chair just spoke Shakespeare. Elara gestures to the empty chair beside her. Chloe sits. Elara begins, not with numbers, but with a rainy Tuesday in Tokyo. A crash, a blurred awakening. Chloe translates. 6 months ago, Ms. Vance suffered a traumatic brain injury affecting language centers. Her intelligence, memory, engineering brilliance, intact. But under stress, her brain defaults to its deepest pathways. English, the language she learned in her 20s, locks behind a door. The more she pushes, the farther it slips. Marcus snaps, "Why wasn't this disclosed?" Elara answers in a blade-thin line. Chloe translates. "Dignity is not a line item in a quarterly report. Elara came tonight to evaluate character, patience, empathy, integrity. And the men have failed." Richard pivots, oily compassion oozing. "Expedite, simplify." "For your own good." Marcus nods. Chloe's stomach knots. She can hear the sharks circling. Elara signals read. Chloe scans the boilerplate. Clause 7b gives Sterling Innovations unilateral power to renegotiate all licenses. Section 12, so broad it sidelines Elara herself for 10 years. Richard snaps, "Just tell her it's standard." Chloe, "Clarity is paramount." Elara asks about the vanished R&D valuation. Marcus waves it off. Elara via Chloe, "When a number that large goes silent, it is rarely clerical. Point to the line where my life's research is accounted for." Sweat beads, pages rustle. They can't. Chloe suddenly understands. Elara reads English perfectly. She didn't need help with the paper. She needed help with people. And a witness. Elara speaks, commanding. Chloe turns to the men. "First, your IP clause is a blatant attempt at asset stripping. Personal insult. Second, your non-compete would muzzle Ms. Vance for a decade. Coming from an executive who can't keep projections from leaking, that's delusional arrogance. Third, regarding the R&D division, you tried to bury Project Chimera worth more than this deal. Your attempt to acquire it for nothing is noted." Silence. Then David places a recorder on the table, presses play. Richard's and Marcus's whispered conspiracy echoes through the room. When it ends, silence again. Elara looks up. In quiet, elegant English, the first words all night, "I believe this negotiation is over." She stands. David holds her chair. She gives Chloe the slightest nod, gratitude, respect, alliance, and leaves. The door clicks shut, louder than thunder. The executives vanish. Chloe's adrenaline fades. Fear rushes in. Her manager storms in, crimson with rage. Fired, blacklisted, sued. But then David enters, calm and surgical. Miss Chloe acted on a direct request from Ms. Vance. And, before Mr. Sterling threatens anyone, we have their recorded plan to commit fraud. My next call is to our legal team. The manager pales. David turns to Chloe, warmth in his eyes. "Ms. Vance would like to speak with you. She's waiting downstairs." Chloe removes her apron, leaves it folded, walks out, and never looks back. The car's interior smells of leather and jasmine. Elara looks tired, but her gaze glows with gratitude. "It is a lonely place, Chloe. For 6 months, people shouted at me as if I were a fool, or spoke about me as if I weren't there. Tonight, you gave me my voice back because you heard what I did not say." Chloe explains Kyoto, her father, the disrespect she couldn't ignore. Elara nods. Then, clarity returns. "I need someone on my personal staff, not a translator, a compass, eyes and ears, an integrity check, someone who sees what's spoken and what's hidden." She outlines the Vance Foundation for Arts and Innovation, funding brilliant women engineers and daring young artists. The offer: full tuition, housing, a salary, and a role: advisor, confidant, partner. Chloe whispers, "Why me? I'm nobody." Elara takes her hand. "Don't ever say that. Richard and Marcus are somebodies, but blind. You see people. That isn't a skill. It's who you are. In my world, that gift is a superpower." Chloe's eyes shine. She breathes in. "Yes, I'd be honored." Elara smiles. "Good, then call me Elara." The car glides into the city night. This wasn't just a business story. It was a story about masks and the snap judgments we make every day. We see uniforms, job titles, accents, and fill in the rest with prejudice. But behind every quiet pair of eyes is a universe, a strength, a voice waiting for the right moment. Elara Vance wasn't a victim. She was a queen, testing her court, and Chloe wasn't just a waitress. She was the only one worthy of entering it. If this moved you, like the video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe for more true-to-life stories about hidden heroes in unexpected places.